Hey everyone, happy Friday. Let's do that one more time. We're live, we're here. I, I, I think everything's working now. God, I hope everything's working. I tell you, it's Friday morning. It's the 24th of April. My name is Corey Weathers. I am super excited to be with you all on this exciting Friday morning. Yeah, yeah. For those of you who don't know me, I have the privilege and pleasure of being a member of the Deepgram Developer Relations team. Shout out to our fantastic team back at the company. Yeah, we're always doing something fun and exciting. I've got the pleasure of the privilege of being able to share all things voice AI. Love writing code, love doing it with you all, members of the developer community who are just as excited to be exploring and building and doing all sorts of fun things. So I'm excited to be with you all today. I gotta tell you, I am like completely frazzled. I, I feel like one of those folks who, like I've gotten into a routine. I've very much sort of gotten to a spot where like, we've got schedules to maintain. I've got two kids at home. And this week we've just been out of sorts. Last night my kids had a spring concert and the spring concert was actually like really good. Like I had a really good time. But we were up late. We woke up late today. We're like running late. I tell you, I'm just frazzled today. But I'm still excited to be with you. Yeah. This is my well, that was late. Sorry. This is my Friday. This is our win of the week. So if you are joining for the first time, welcome. Really glad to have you. Make sure you drop into chat and say, hey, what do we do on this stream? We do a bunch of things. One is I share the goodness of all the things I've been up to over at Deepgram. I share a little bit about what Deepgram's been up to. Usually I have a bunch of windows open and we walk through a little bit of like what Deepgram's got going on and what we've released. I have something incredibly exciting for you all planned for next Friday. So if you for some reason can't stay today, make sure you're here next Friday. There's some really cool stuff that we're working on. And in particular, like I don't want to spoil it. I'm actually not going to spoil it, but I gotta tell you, like we've got some exciting stuff we've been doing. So next Friday, you want to be here. You really want to be here. The other thing is, we usually share some fun personal stories. This is my chance to get to know you, your chance to get to know me. I've told other developers if they're building with Deepgram, they're very welcome to come join us. I've been traveling a lot. Like, I was supposed to be at an event earlier this week. We had to change the plans just a little bit to accommodate. But I'm going to be traveling as well. I am doing an event in 2 weeks. So we're trying to make sure that we keep a somewhat steady and consistent schedule. Friday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern, right? It was when you know you can find us. In a couple of weeks, and when I say a couple of weeks, it's probably going to be like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We are going to also start lighting up regularly on the Deepgram social channels. Yeah? Yeah. So what does that mean? Soon we're going to you'll start to see some stuff pop up on our social. We're working on some things behind the scenes right now, me and my fantastic team. You're going to start to see some things pop up on social. I'm going to talk about it on my social. Folks on the Deepgram socials are going to talk about it, where you can figure out like when we're lighting up, what we're talking about, what you can expect, and so much more. So I'm really excited for that. There was something else I was going to say. God, there was something I was going to say. Okay, yeah. So we talked about Fridays. We talked about the Deepgram socials. We're going to get lit up on there. And then I have a couple of things that are going on in San Francisco. So I told y'all I'm traveling. Next week we'll be live. I got a fun, exciting thing to share then. I won't spoil it today. Week after, we're going to be in San Francisco. I am speaking I have to do some content while I'm out there for one of our partners. And then I'm going to be speaking at Twilio Signal. So shout out to the folks at Twilio and thank you for the invite. Definitely excited to lean into that. I think we're lighting up that Friday when I get back home, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be back home that Friday morning. So I think we'll be live that week as well. And then I think at the end of the month, I have something that I'm going to. Yeah, my schedule's like a bit crazy. You know, we're all over the place, but it's always good. It's nice to be wanted. It's nice to be busy. So we'll call that a win, yeah? God, my claps are like super late today. Listen, as I mentioned Twilio, I want to give a big thank you before we jump into anything. I do want to give a really big thank you to the folks over there. Earlier this week, let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure we did have it open. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to work with our folks at Twilio to tell a really fun story around building voice agents. I'm going to see if I can find the window. Give me just 1 second, because that was actually a really, really, really fun time. Yeah, we did this on Wednesday. Me and my good friend MC, aka Michael Carpenter. We told a really, really, really fun story. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. So I'm gonna pull this up for you all so you can see it. Hold on. Let me close. I opened up the wrong window. Okay, here we go. Let's get in here. So just earlier this week, there was a fantastic session that those folks led over at Twilio, where we were talking about what it means to build intelligent experiences for communication. And there was a fantastic keynote that went before me featuring CTOs and CEOs of particular startups leaning into this. And then I had a fantastic session with my good friend Michael Carpenter over at Twilio. Shout out to Michael. We had a really, really, really good time just diving into like how you can build with Deepgram and Twilio together and deploy voice agents on Twilio. And the thing is, and I said this in the session there, like Deepgram can give you a lot and you can choose what parts of Deepgram you want to use. And so that went really well. Like folks got to see us using Deepgram to do the voice agent, to do some of the speech to text itself. And then I think behind the scenes in this one, we were not using Deepgram's voice intelligence, but you can use Deepgram to like understand the text. And then they use the competitor. I'm not going to name the competitor, but they use the competitor to do text to speech. And so there's a lot that you can do with Deepgram, right? And so this was a really fun session. Thank you to everyone who joined. Really, really, really big shout out to our folks over at Twilio, Bianca, who helped organize, Michael. There were two other people who we ended up working with, and the names are escaping me, so my bad. But let me give a nice round of applause for those folks as well. Really, really, really. Now it's working. Really, really, really fun session. Okay, now, so let me also do the thing that we love to do, and let me just make sure we do this together. We are going to go say hi to our chat room. If you are watching and you're joining us on Twitch, welcome. Always glad to have you. Our friend C Sharp Fritz is in the house. Shout out to C Sharp Fritz. We love him. We should likely also get some coffee. Like we're close enough, I think, that we should probably set up some time to actually link up in person. I'm going to reach out to you about that on Discord. But yeah, for those of you who are watching, I love to chat with our friends in chat. So please definitely don't be shy. Like jump into the chat and say hi. Our friend C Sharp Fritz, I'm usually much better at this. I apologize. I need to give him a shout out. He has done some fantastic and amazing content. We constantly talk off screen to like bounce ideas off of each other. And so I'm always happy to support him. Because he's always doing things that are good for developers. So if you are on Twitch, I don't have my chat thing up in the background, unfortunately, so I can't give him a shout out on Twitch. But if you are on Twitch, make sure you go follow to his page, because when he lights up, you want to be watching. I guarantee it. The other thing is, I just saw what you said there, which is didn't realize Twilio was still hosting their Signal event. Yeah, after how much they turned over their DevRel. Yeah, Twilio has a for those who don't know, I used to work at Twilio. And I think now almost 10 years ago, which is funny. We had a fantastic time. You know, there are a number of folks. Their DevRel is still absolutely doing the good work. There are a number of folks who have joined Twilio, left Twilio, have gone on to other places. I won't name them, but I stay in touch with my former colleagues actually very regularly. And so I'm really proud of the work that we've done, as well as like the journey we've all had, right? Like we've gone to so many other companies, and are now helping to continue to spread the goodness. And so to this point, yeah, I'm curious to see how Signal is going to go. When I was at Signal, I used to one time be a face of Signal, and now I'm very much going to be on stage at Signal, which is interesting. Also, I got to make sure I dress appropriately because it's been a long time. So yeah, but I'm excited to get back out there. I'm excited to go chat with them. I'm excited to meet developers. Coming from the Deepgram perspective now, there's so much where I see how Deepgram can help enhance what you can build with Twilio. So I'm very, very, very excited for that. Let me give a clap and a cheer for that. The other bit there is I am also very, very, very gracious. You know, we get to a spot where like the work that we're doing in all things voice AI, like there's so many folks trying to enter into the space. There's so many folks trying to compete. And my sense on this is like, I just want to help developers build what is the thing that they want to build. And so I love what we're doing at Deepgram. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's in our changelog this week. But I love the work that we're doing. I love more of the things that I'm getting done, like the ideas that are starting to percolate on ways we can collaborate with developers. C# Fritz knows, he and I have talked about this a lot. There's a lot that we can be doing to collaborate. And so I say this to say, if you're a developer or you're a builder and you are considering adding voice AI to your applications, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. This week has been terrible, right? Like usually I'm much more on top of social, but because I was out for a little bit and then came back to work, this week has been very much a catch-up week. So I promise you, if there's anyone who's reached out to me and I've not responded back to you, I will get back to you. Because we've got a lot going on at all things Deepgram, yeah. To that point, let me do a quick thing because I need to make sure that I let y'all know that I am hiring. So let me pull over the screen here. Here it goes. Yeah, so just so y'all know, we are hiring. Yeah. You see the thing up there that says Senior Developer Advocate Partner Ecosystem? The role is still open. We've had a lot of candidates. I'm suspecting that this role is actually going to get pulled down because we've had 3 roles up. The first one was our Senior Developer Advocate one. We've got so many candidates for that got pulled down. This one, I think we're like at the spot. I don't think we're going to accept any more applications. But I have another role coming online. Let me just see if it's come up here. Yeah, it hasn't come up yet, but it will. It will. I have another role coming online very soon. And it's for a community engineer in San Francisco. So I am very explicitly looking for someone to help grow community in San Francisco. And I am incredibly excited about that role. I am so I had to have a meeting with one of our VPs this week, and we were talking about plans for that role because I need to fill that seat ASAP. And so I tell you, I am so excited to get in someone. If you know someone who you think is really good at building community, at cultivating, creating spaces for developers, at building incredible activations that inspire developers, let me know. I would absolutely love to talk to them. Yes, they have to be in San Francisco. Yes, this is a regional role. No, it's not an in-office role. I would still absolutely love to talk to them. We have a couple of folks who we talked to for some of our previous roles that I may be reaching back out to, but I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, we are hiring and we are growing the team. I am excited for that. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Our good friend Greg Holmes. Actually, as I say this, Greg Holmes is here, member of our Deepgram team. It's good to see you. Welcome, Greg. Welcome. Greg can tell you all about how things are going at the team. And I promise you, that it's not a requirement, right? Like, just because you work on a team doesn't mean you have to show up on my Twitch or my live streams. But I promise you, we have a good time. We do the best that we can, and if we don't, my team is very clear to tell me when in fact it is they need me to do something different. So I love that. Yeah. Okay, with that, let's go ahead. I have to kick today off very quickly now because we have to drop legitimately in I think like 25 minutes. I have a meeting right at 10 o'clock and I cannot be late. So let me do some things. I'm going to close this window and let's do our quick walk through the changelog. And then I'm going to go write some code. Okay. Now the Twilio changelog is the spot where if you are ever looking to understand like just what Twilio, I'm sorry, I said Twilio. The Deepgram changelog is legitimately the spot where if you're ever looking to get an update on what in fact it is that we've been doing and what we've been up to, that's where you can go find all of our updates. One place makes it really simple. And I like now that we've got the ability to see specific products. So you can just drop down to the products that you care the most about. I'm also really excited about one of the things that's up here. I'm gonna wait till we get there, but I'm really, really, really excited. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to just share a little bit of what we've been up to. For those of you who don't know, we have a number of different models to support particular text speech and text interactions. One of them is Nova 3. Nova 3 is our speech to text model. It's really good, really good. I just used it actually in a demo on Monday. And so I say that to say, because of how good it is, we continue to support it and add more languages to it. And that is what this latest update is. So I'm excited for the team for that, right? Let's get the trumpets going and let's get the claps going. Yeah. And we continue to support, like even as we build out new products and new models, we continue to support where we think it makes sense. So I'm really glad to see this update. As always, I think I told y'all this before. When did I say this? I'm very sure I said this at some point in the past. One of the things that makes Deepgram incredibly special and valuable for a number of customers is that you can self-host it in a container image in your environment on your own hardware. So you do not have to only just interact with us through our cloud platform, right? And so in that regard, we always update our self-hosted images. And you can see here, even if you look at the history, you can see every time we do an update, it's about once every 2 weeks, but every time we do an update, you can see what's in the specific update. This one is, I think, kind of ruining something that I'm going to get to. So remember that I said that, and then we're going to put a pin in that. Okay. I'll be right back. Now, this is the one that I'm really excited about. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Deepgram CLI. Get all the things out. I would drop a bomb if I could. Let me do that one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Deepgram CLI. Now, you may be wondering, why am I getting excited about a Deepgram CLI? Especially as someone who has professed many times on here that me and CLIs don't generally work well together because my memory is terrible. But here's the thing. The Deepgram CLI creates a number of different use cases and scenarios that make building with Deepgram so much easier. And I promise you, I'm not rehearsed. This is me. I played with the CLI. Y'all saw me play with the CLI last week, 2 weeks ago, I think. I played with the CLI during the week when I'm building on on what is my MacBook, that because I don't stream from my MacBook, right? But right, so I played with it. We've used it to help understand like what you can build. And the thing for me that is so powerful is this bullet right here, which I'd almost even move to the top. Start an MCP server for AI coding tools. I've been playing with this a fair bit, where me and Claude have had a lot of fun together. And so I say that to say, if in fact it is that you want to get started with the CLI, well, guess what? We got a quick website for you, cli.deepgram.com. Hold on, let's go get that. Yeah, cli.deepgram.com. And you can do so much in the CLI, right? Like I only talked about that one thing, but this is just a really clear example of all the things that you can do with the CLI. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. Shout out to Luke on our team. Luke on our team built it, and we're always taking feedback. We're always taking feedback. So if you build with it and you find something, or you're like, hey, how can we get this feedback over to you? Let us know. The other bit there is, it is open sourced. So again, if in fact it is you find something, you can absolutely go ahead, log an issue. We're paying attention to it. We're absolutely making sure that we're on top of it. Okay. Again, major shout out to the team. This is from my team. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited. Back to the changelog. Okay, so this is the thing now that I really want to talk about as well, right? So the last one was the thing I was really excited about. This is the thing that we're going to build with today. So I talked a fair bit about Nova 3, right? Now we have Flux. So Flux is a different conversational model, right? If Nova 3 is our speech to text model, Flux is our conversational model for all things voice. And they put it in here, but there's more to come. But we are excited to announce the general availability of Flux Multilingual. Oh my God. Now let me explain to you why this is a big thing. And we're going to dig into this and a fair bit more, not today. But I want you to think about this notion of what does it mean to talk to software? You have folks who legitimately say, oh yeah, like I speak in English, and then I'm going to call the agent and hop on the phone and say, oh, press 1 for English, so that way I'm speaking to someone who understands my language. Well, what if in fact it is that you have someone who speaks a different language? Spanish, French, Russian, Japanese, right? A different language. Well, now behind the scenes, you can take Flux Multilingual, one model. You can say, hey, listen, I want to make sure that we support these multiple languages and have that one model do it all. And it tells you English, Spanish, French, German, Hindi, Russian, Portuguese, Japanese, Italian, and Dutch. No need to change for language routing. No need to change any of your infrastructure, right? Your model per language infrastructure. You legitimately just get it out of the box. Now, there's some things you can do, right? Like for instance, because I was playing with this last Friday, where you can say, hey, I think I'm going to have someone speaking to me in a specific language, and it gets better, right? The experience is smarter. But this is the thing that's really interesting. I've not tested this because I don't speak multiple languages well enough, but you can legitimately start, like for instance, I could say, yeah, I need to go throw this thing in the basura. And now it would understand that, and it would completely get it out of the box without me having to do anything. For those who don't know, basura, trash. Okay. And so there's so much goodness here. So we're going to play a little bit with this today because we got some more stuff coming later this week. Early next week, for this. So I am going to build a sample here live on stream, that I'm going to then use to turn into, some content that I'm doing. I'm doing both blog and video content for this. And I have to get that done next week before I go to Signal. So, busy times. But we got Flux Multilingual. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, again, shout out to the team. Okay, so now with that, Let me just say, let's just go ahead and get this thing started. I'm gonna go say hi to a couple more friends, and I'm gonna remind you all. If this is your first time, please definitely don't be shy. Say hi. Drop into the chat. As you can see, I can see the chat from Twitch, so twitch.tv/CoreyLWeathers. I can see the chat from YouTube. Shout out to our good friend Henri. Good to see you, Henri Helvetica. Great to see you. And then we've got folks joining us as well on LinkedIn. I can see the comments from LinkedIn, but I can't respond back to them, which is terrible. So I do want to continue to just say again, welcome to our good friends Frackberg, our good friend TBD Gamer. TBD Gamer, I think I caught your stream yesterday. I think so. Our good friend Greg Holmes, Henri, who I actually need to set up some time with. We've got some stuff to talk through. TBD Gamer. Wow. That memorable, huh? Yeah. No, I legitimately, the days have blended together. I promise you. When Wednesday came, I thought it was Friday, and I legitimately just was like, this is. So yeah. The other thing, friends, I am very. So I'm gonna go do this now with Visual Studio Code. Let me actually get it up in the background. But I legitimately broke my keyboard. And so I'm on a keyboard that is incredibly loud right now. So if you hear me typing, like if it becomes too noisy, just don't hesitate to let me know. I promise you, this is not on purpose. I just legitimately have to go replace my keyboard. Oh, that wasn't supposed to come through. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, sorry, I just heard a note. I don't know if y'all heard that. I just heard this crazy loud notification. But yeah, I have no idea. Because of my left-handedness, I've gotten to this space of life where I appreciate ergo things. And I really like a nice ergo keyboard. And I had a Logi keyboard. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to come up. Sorry. I had a Logi keyboard and that didn't stay alive for me. It actually crashed. So today is going to be one of those where I'm going to just apologize now. Okay, let me switch over to the main screen. Let's go write some code. I need to do a couple of things. I did not update Visual Studio Code ahead of time, so we're going to hope that nothing breaks. Also. Yeah, see, here goes this notification again. Also, there was a thing. I have to show y'all something. Give me 1 second. Because someone said this to me on stream or off stream, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good flag. We probably need to figure that out. So let me find it right now. Yeah, here we go. Here's the link. Yep. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to show y'all something. So last week, I was building something, or 2 weeks ago, I was building something on Conference Concierge. Yeah, there it goes. I was building something to demo Deepgram at an event. And this is the thing that we ended up building. Now, I didn't finish it on stream. So I'm just moving it to the side here so you can see it. But we did an event with one of our partners, Telnix. Shout out to the good folks at Telnix, and thank y'all for the invite. We did an event with them on Monday. I was supposed to go. It was in San Francisco. I did not go because we had something come up. But the way that the demo works is very much it was to show off how, in fact, it is that you could connect Deepgram to a live phone call. Now, don't call this phone number. Okay, even though it's up on screen, that phone number is not configured to talk to this application, but it was set up. Actually, I haven't tested this now. Let me see. Let's see if this is going to pick up my audio. I don't think it is. Oh, it is. Yeah, see, so you can see the events. Let me just zoom in here really quickly. But you can see that we're tracking the events just back here. And then for some reason, the transcript's not working. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. I gotta fix that. But we built a thing. And so I say that to say, that's where, if you were here a couple of weeks ago, you saw me building a demo. Legitimately, that's what this was. And so this was meant to be something where it would show up live on screen. I have no idea why it's not showing up because I haven't tested this, but you saw some things change. Additionally, I have a how it works page so that folks can see how you connect it. So now this comes back to our good friend C# Fritz, who asked the question in Twitch. He said, what can we hook a Deepgram voice agent up to? And the question is, the answer is whatever you want to. You can have it work directly in the browser. You can have it connect up to a phone call. You can have it connected up through a mobile application. In fact, I was just talking with Greg Holmes about a fantastic idea here yesterday. I won't spoil it because it's not my app, it's his. But he's got some really cool things he's working on, and we were talking through ways to bring Deepgram into that app. The way that this works is, if you make a phone call, you legitimately would just route it through a Telnix phone number, take that phone number, and then have it connect over through, this is hosted on Fly.io, so through Fly.io over to Deepgram using a WebSocket connection. And it's really simple, really straightforward. So yeah, this is super cool. C# Fritz has asked if you can connect it up to Discord. To Discord bot, yes, but I've not tried that. That would be a good project for us to do and actually to write a blog about. Taking notes. Usually if I'm on my computer, I have something that's running in the background and like catches these things. So I'm gonna go add this to my backlog. 1 second. And done. Yeah, we'll make sure to get that out. I'll try to get that out, if not next week, week after. But yeah, so this was the demo that we ended up building. The other thing was we had to show off a couple of different things, like different features of Flux, where you could talk over the agent, or you can make sure that we get fast responses. And so there were some specific things I'd set up. And then I put a couple of the like technical details in here because this was for a meetup. And they wanted to like be able to see the code. So they wanted to understand like, hey, what goes to Telnix? From Telnix, how do we stream over to Deepgram? So I had to sort of talk through this. But now I'm kind of mad because the live conversation should have worked. Anyways, let me move over. I have no idea why that didn't work. So let me get rid of that. And now let me go figure out this additional thing that I got to go do. Oh, and Visual Studio Code wants to update in the background. Okay. For this, I'm using Claude, not because I'm a Claude user, but because this is for work. Yo, what is happening with my VS Code today? Maybe I should update this. Give me 1 second. Let me update VS Code while this goes. I thought I did this before the stream. I did it like right before the stream. Okay, so it's gonna update in the background. When it does, it's gonna close out and then we'll get this thing going. But so for Flux Multi, I have a game idea that I wanna write a blog post about. Like I'm gonna do 4 blog posts. One is coming next week already. That's been drafted. It's getting published. The second one is on Flux Multi in a call center scenario. So like what happens if you're in a call center and you need to deploy something with multiple languages. I'm gonna build that app very quickly right now. And then the third one is I wanna do like a Carmen Sandiego kind of app where like, you do, hey, where in the world is, and then you use the language to determine which part of the world someone could be in. And as you unlock different parts of this, it adds up to a bigger and deeper clue. I will not tell the story of what that bigger and deeper clue is, but I am going to build it. So we're going to take care of the call center app today so I can get that business done. And then we're going to do a few more things around the Carmen Sandiego app very soon. Okay, Claude is good. Okay, so that's good. Let me go create a folder for this and get that opened just here in VS Code. And we have like 20 minutes, so we're going to move very, very, very quickly. D code work Deepgram. Okay, new folder. is path. Go to the terminal. Okay, open this. Head over to Claude. Okay. Get out the way. Okay, now I'm going to move this slightly over so that y'all can actually see the screen. I was meant to fix my overlays, but I haven't had time this week. It's not personal. Okay. The other thing I want to do, I don't have the Deepgram CLI on this machine because I legitimately ran into a problem that was local to this machine. But I want to do something. So let me come up here, MCP servers, because I'm pretty sure I have the Deepgram docs MCP server already set up. Let's do this again. Control Shift P. Too bad I hit the mic. MCP. There we go. That's what I wanted. No, I do not. I thought I did. Let me go add the Deepgram docs MCP server. And then, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I need to get the Flux multi docs, which are already available. Agentic developer tools. So if I had, this is actually a really good distinction. If I had the CLI installed, I could run the CLI, start that, and like have that start the MCP server inside of it, and then have Claude use that one. I'm not doing that, but I am going to use the Deepgram docs one, so that way I can just get this pretty much taken care of. So 1 second. Be right back. Let's not dox ourselves. Okay. And we're good to go there. So I can close that page. And now MCP. Okay, good. And it's running. Okay, perfect. Now, here we go. So I need to use the, I'm going to just start with a really basic prompt. Let me get rid of this. And then let me get rid of that. I need to use the, no, I want to build a call center demo that uses Deepgram's Flux multi-language model update to show off how someone can call into a call center speaking in different languages and takes advantage of the Flux multi-product features. I want to do this in JavaScript and preferably containerize it, have it containerized so I can deploy it to fly.io. Go. This is how I do these things now. I should stop doing that, but it's fun. So in particular, here's what's happening. it's gonna go build this demo, and then what I'm gonna do is have it set up specific things so that I have a blog post that I need to do around this, and I'm actually going to write the majority of that blog post myself instead of having Claude do it. Let me get rid of this big ugly screen. But yeah, so this is the starting point. This is not going to be the end point. This is very much me thinking through, like, here's what people have asked for. Let's go ahead and actually make this easy so that we can show off these use cases. So yeah, while this runs in the background, oh yeah, see, look, it's already grabbing the docs. I love that. Yeah, while this runs in the background, the other bit that I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably put together a video on this, and in particular, I say a video, probably a couple of videos. So we're getting a couple of things that we want to tell some stories around for multilingual. One is around like language prompting and language hinting, so you can see the difference in the performance. Yeah, that's fine. The other thing is I want to also show off things like barging, like what it means to interrupt an agent and to do so across multiple languages. So yeah. Now, if I had used the Deepgram CLI, I could use a starter, but I decided not to. We're going YOLO. And I love that it's literally using what is out there on the docs. This is why I appreciate a good MCP server for docs. That way I don't have to actually go figure it out. I love this. Okay, so now let me show you what it's looking like here. They're gonna do a basic architecture, right? So Node on the back end, that'll proxy browser WebSockets to Deepgram's Flux, right? Using that specific URL. And then for doing that, it'll keep the API key within the server side, so it never ends up in client-side code. The browser caller will capture the mic, will downsample the audio, right? So that way it's audio that Deepgram can understand. There's going to be an agent dashboard page that'll show all the active live calls. I may take advantage of like local storage just to simulate something here. So we'll see. Multi-call. Each browser connection is on its own Flux session. Got it. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably put some stuff in there to show this off visually so that folks understand it. This is for fly.io. You can disregard that. The Deepgram JS SDK doesn't support Flux General Multi. Not yet. Wait, where's Greg? Greg will understand that. That's a fun inside joke. Not yet. Okay, so now, and yes, I appreciate this. So hear me out. I tend to try to make as much of this as like low-hanging fruit as possible. So vanilla JavaScript as much as possible. Like, I don't want to throw in a React if I don't have to. I don't want to throw in Angular if I don't have to. I don't know if there are other JavaScript frameworks because I stay out of the JavaScript community, but I really want to like simplify, if that makes sense. So yeah, okay, now here's our to-dos. They're going to scaffold the project, so we'll start to see some stuff show up here, and look, there it goes. Then build a node server with a WebSockets proxy. There we go. My brain. Then build the caller front end, build the agent dashboard, and then write a README. I like that. That feels like the right order of things to get done in. I could always prompt in, right, and interrupt if I need to, but it's getting most of the stuff created. I'm not gonna put my Deepgram API key in here just yet. So yeah, there goes our Docker file. Let me go take a look at the Docker file, see how clean it is. From Node, the directory is gonna be app. Yep, copy your package.json into the container, run npm install to get everything out of the package.json. Then copy the server and the client-side code, set environment variables, and then run the thing. Super basic, super straightforward. That's easy. Let's go take a look at what's happening on the server. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. I wonder if I could ask it to do it in TypeScript. I may do that. We'll see. We'll see. Let me go take a look here. Sets up the Flux URL, configures the way in which we connect the Flux. Once we update the SDK, this will change. So I'm good with this for now. Creates the server, sets up WebSocket connections, then on upgrade, goes ahead and sets this up. That makes sense. Then whenever new calls come in, we have a map to model those. Broadcast to agent, snapshot of a call. When we connect on the agent WebSocket, snapshot the call, got it. Same thing for the caller, goes a little bit different. Set up a random call ID, set up a caller name. So it definitely is simulating what it means to call into a call center. I like that. I like that a lot. I can imagine we may actually turn this into a guide of some sort. Sure, why not? For the Flux WebSocket, when we open it, we send a message down to the client and then we broadcast to agents that a call started. Got it. Then when we get a message on the Flux WebSocket, we do some work. So if it's binary, we can't do anything with that. We take the JSON message, parse that, and then do a bunch of stuff to determine what's within the message. And then from there, I want to see this working. Yeah, then from there, we very much clearly say, hey, we're done, right? So if one of the messages that comes across is we finished, right? The person is finished talking, then we go ahead and wrap that up, which is why it says call.finalize turn.push, because that itself is a array. And then what's in the payload? Oh yeah, so this is the JSON that just gets sent over. So you know who's talking to whom. I may ask it to do a simulation for me where we do speech to text and text to speech. This is a bunch of error handling and that's closing the connection. So that's good. Then on the client side, so that's on the server side going over to Flux. This is on the client side going over to the server. Connect. Set hints. Yep. Broadcast to agents that the call is updated. That makes sense. If message type keep alive, then keep the WebSocket connection open. If message type close the WebSocket. AKA that. So that makes sense. Let me see where this is gone. Oh, look, I just read the code, but let me go see what they put here. Okay, index.js. Express server with WebSockets with per caller WebSocket proxy over to Flux Multi with a fan out. I didn't see that. On the client side, we have caller.html. That's what it looks like. Caller.js, which is the audio worklet. PCM worklet. I'm sorry, that's the audio worklet. PCM worklet looks like it's what? Let's go see what's in there. Oh, got it. This is the downsampler. So that when your audio comes in, it comes in at the right rate for Deepgram. This is all stuff that the SDK will take care of for you if you set things correctly. Then this is the agent URL. So if the agent, this is the agent dashboard. So you can see who's calling and who's doing what with what conversations and what detected languages. then that's infrastructure stuff. Okay, then let me, yeah, I want to actually see if we can get this thing running. And I'm going to do it without connecting to Deepgram. So copy, paste, rename. Don't care about that. Go to the terminal. CD over. Yeah, the package JSON is in here. So let's go npm install. That looked too fast to me. That looked way fast. Let me go see what's in the package JSON real quick. Okay, so then if I do npm run dev, it should do that. Okay, let's go see what comes up. Nope. It's bound to something. What's running on port 8080? Well, that's no fun. I'm having it swap the port out. And we literally have about 2 or 3 minutes. And then I have to take a quick break before I hop on a call. I'm gonna go be a manager of a developer relations team. What was in the ENV? There it goes. Oh, it's updating the README now to account for the fact that I just changed that port number, which is exactly the reason why I did it in Claude instead of doing it directly here. Because I'm notorious for changing code and then, oh, it's listening already. That's why. Yeah, I'm notorious for changing code and then forgetting that like the agent has done something. Okay, so that's the agent URL. And this is the call center URL. So if I say my name is Joe and I'm speaking in English and I want to start a call, then what would happen if I have my API key configured is it would connect up to Deepgram using my API key, and we would then connect over to Flux in the background. Okay. I don't have my API key configured. I'm not going to just yet, just because I knew I was going to run out of time. So this is cool. This is a really good to be continued, because what I'm going to do now, so y'all hold me to this, next week, I'm going to update this some more. I'm not going to tell you exactly how, but this is exciting. The other thing I want to do is change this UI, because I don't like, it just feels black. It's too dark. It's too dark. And I don't know why. I hate that Claude defaults to dark when it creates UIs. So I'm going to fix that to make this something that looks a little bit more appealing. I like this. I'm going to change this too so that it's clearer as to like how to select and when to select and what to select. The other things I want to do are, I may take a version of this and transcribe it, translate it over to Python so that we can get this figured out. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so here's the deal. Let me press pause on this right now. Let me pull back over to the chat and the chat screen. Here's the story. I gotta go because I have to go to a meeting right now. I'll be back next Friday. Next Friday, I have a fun, really big announcement for y'all. No, not an announcement, but a really, really fun update we're gonna do with and for y'all. I think if I can land this next Friday, and I'm checking my calendar right now, so I promise you this is not me just like saying this out the side of my mouth. If I can do this next Friday, we're gonna go for a solid 2 hours. Yeah, a solid 2 hours. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Okay, so listen, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure y'all have a fantastic weekend. I'm doing some yard work this weekend. I'm hoping I do not end up dealing with allergy things. It's also supposed to rain this weekend, which I think will be good for the grass that for the seed that I just put down for the grass in my backyard. My kids don't usually watch my YouTube all the time, so I'm gonna say this. One of my kids is going to see the Michael Jackson movie, which they're very excited about. I'm kind of jealous that I don't get to go with them, so they're gonna go have a good time. But we're all gonna have a fantastic weekend, and then we're gonna be back at it next week. So listen, friends, thank you so much for joining. It is your boy Corio Weather saying peace. I'll see y'all next week. Ciao, friends.